Okay, you ready?
Yeah?
Okay. Okay. Hello, kids. This is Mr. T, and we are going to tell you kids stories. So here is Nabaat, always our lovely voice actor, and my
You
beloved
hesitated.
sister.
Do you think I'm not lovely?
No, I think you're lovely, but as your
Yeah.
brother, I have to hesitate when I say these things, because I have to think about next day, or maybe if I give you compliments about what happens in the future. Yeah. So maybe the video is going to stop recording, but we are going to see each other. So anyway, today I brought the Greek story. It's from Aesop's Fables, and it's called The Bear and the Two Travelers. So are you? No, before let's have our China bot here. So this time you just picked it first. Okay.
I can pick it first when I.
If you're that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, something fell there. So, if you are visiting the channel for the first time, this is China Bot, and it's a home remedy for every kind of hurt and pain, mental, physical, for a lifetime remedy. It is China Bot. So, ready?
I started already.
Okay, so the bear and the two travelers. In a quiet cobbled village, nestled between gentle hills and ancient forests, two men prepared for a long journey. Their names were Theo and Niko.
You didn't say that.
Theo and
Niko.
Niko. Okay. Theo was the kind of man who talked more than he listened. Broad-shouldered and boastful, he had a voice that filled every room and a confidence that's often spilled into arrogance. He enjoyed the sound of his own tales, especially those about his bravery. Niko, on the other hand, was quieter, leaner, slower to speak, but quicker to observe. He didn't boast or bark or brag. People called him thoughtful, maybe even cautious, but those who knew him well understood that behind those calm eyes lived a sharp and a steady mind. The two men weren't exactly best friends, but they had grown up in the same village, worked in the same field, and now they shared a goal: find work in the next town, far beyond the forest. That meant one thing: they had to travel together. They left at dawn, when the mist still clung to the grass and the birds were just beginning their morning songs. Each man carried a walking stick, a loaf of bread, and a small satchel with a few essentials, just enough to last them the journey. Theo talked most of the way.
I tell you, Niko, if we run into trouble on this road, bandits, wild animals, anything, I'll handle it. You just stick behind me. I've got arms like logs and a brain that's always 10 steps ahead.
Niko gave a small smile.
I'm sure your arms will be very helpful. Let's just hope we won't need them. But you always played safe. You're too careful. For the life is for the bold.
Really? Niko.
And sometimes it's the cautious ones who make it home in one piece. Always the philosopher.
They walked on. As they approached the forest edge, the landscape changed. The open hills gave way to towering trees whose thick canopies filtered the sunlight into green and golden specks winds wrapped around the trunks like sleepy serpents, and the air smelled of moss and damp bark. At first, the forest felt peaceful, almost magical. Birds chirped overhead, and small insects buzzed lazily in the beams of light. But as the man walked deeper, the sounds began. The sounds began to change. The cheerful melodies of moaning birds faded, replaced by the distant cough crow and the creaking of ancient branches. Niko slowed his pace.
It's too quiet,
He said softly. Theo rolled his eyes.
Too quiet. It's a forest, not a festival.
But even Theo was walking closer to the middle of the path now. Then came a sound that didn't belong. A low, heavy thud, followed by another and another, like footsteps, massive ones. From behind a curtain of leaves, a shape emerged, dark, hooking and moving with the weight of the earth itself. It was a bird. A great brown beast, taller than a man, even on all fours, with eyes like wet stones and breath that fucked the air. Its claws clicked against the stone as it moved forward, slow and steady. Theo gasped, stepping backward. His bravado vanished in a blink. He dropped his bag with a dull thud and scanned the trees. Without a word, he turned and ran straight to the nearest tree. Oh, coward. His boots slipped once on the damp ground, but adrenaline carried him up. He climbed like his life depended on it, and it did.
Niko, climb quick.
He hissed from above. But Niko didn't move. He dropped to the ground, flattened his body against the earth, and lay perfectly still. The bear sniffed the air, its nostrils twitching. Its large head swayed back and forth, and then it turned toward Niko. It moved slowly, with a heavy grace of something that feared nothing. Niko kept his eyes shut tight, his heart beat like a drum, of course. But his breathing was slow, steady, almost as if he were asleep. He remembered what the village hunter had once told him. If you ever meet a bear, don't run, don't scream, don't challenge it, play dead, let it pass. The bear was close now. Its hot breath rolled over Niko's cheek, thick with a smell of damp fur and old meat. It sniffed along his back, then down his legs, then silence. And finally, the heavy footfalls fading into the forest. High above, Theo had watched everything. When the bird disappeared, he waited another full minute, just in case. Then he climbed down, stiff and shaky. Niko sat up, brushing leaves off his shoulders.
Well, that was close, wasn't it? I was keeping watch from up there, making sure you were safe. You ran. I climbed. Strategic move. You left me.
Niko said.
Yeah.
Theo opened his mouth to argue, but said nothing. Niko picked up his walking stick and walked on. Theo followed, this time in silence. As the tree thinned and the road curved toward the village, they heard the voices, saw chimney smoke, and smelled fresh bread baking. Almost home.
Of course it wasn't him. He's the one who talks to us. That bear looks like it was whispering something to you. What did it say? It told me never to travel with a friend who would leave me behind when the danger comes.
Then he walked on. Theo didn't speak for the rest of the day. Kids! True friendship isn't proven when the road is smooth. It is proven when the bear shows up. Are you going to save me when the bear shows up? Because I'm scared of bears.
You're scared of birds?
You know, it's like always the older brother has to save the little sister. What should you do? You know, when we see cockroaches, I'm afraid, you're afraid, but I'm the one who kills the cockroach.
Yeah, cockroaches are the only animals I'm afraid of.
So, if the bear shows up, are you going to save me or what?
I think I'll try. I'm not that afraid of birds. Like, I'm more afraid of cockroaches than bears. I'm going to be honest about that. Like, when I think about it, I'm not that scared of a bird that I'm scared of a cockroach.
I hope the bear shows up today. So our relation is going to be pulling in
We
this
live
way.
in a big city.